Good morning. It is Sunday, December 24th, and I have started this video 3 times now. First time because I wanted to turn the lights on the tree that we decorated yesterday. Second time because the cats got into a fight because they are tiny monsters. Yeah, it looks like Christmas in here, so I'm a happy camper. So in 2019, there was a purple standard called Purple Bow. It's a pretty standard purple. Yeah, I have nothing to complain about or critique. It's not hugely interesting, but not terrible. In 2021, there was a teal standard, Yuletide, which I really love this shade of teal. I just have a lot of teal inks. By a lot, I mean I have like 3 that I can't tell the difference between. And we're not going to talk about the fact that I got them all at the same pen show. Apparently I was craving teal that year or something. I don't know. And then in 2022, so last year, there was a blue standard, which actually, if you look really closely, it's kind of a multi-chrome shader, just very faintly, called One More Sleep. I love this ink, and much like Memory Lane, I always forget it exists, so I will have to do better about using these inks. What? Do you want? I know. Do you want up? What are you doing? What do you want? Rory is asking for something. I don't know what. Well, he's probably asking for treats. So I'm going to preface this prediction with my prediction for tomorrow, which I have had the whole time. Tomorrow is going to be a purple shimmer. And I think because the 25th is always a shimmer, that's why the 24th and the 23rd have always been a standard. So I think today is going to be a standard. And I think it's going to be green. Yeah. I don't know what else to say. Let's open the door. If I can find it. There we are. Sugar snap, huh? Oh, that sounds like a shimmer. Don't mind me. All right, so sugar snap, which makes me think of peas. It is a shimmer, so I was off there. Shake, shake, shake. I do not have my little magnetic nail wand with me to see if... So I was talking with a friend of mine about that, and he was confused because he thought that these were like aluminum particles, and any of the metals... Oh, do you really want treats? All right, pause while we get the boy treats. Does the other one want treats too? Yeah. Yep. You might have noticed that there was a lack of... Okay, all right. Here we go. We're going to do this. Aw, okay. All right. What was I talking about? Shimmer particles. So these may not be metallic shimmer particles. They're probably mica. But yeah, it's perplexing that they reacted at all to the magnet. So I'm going to have to do some more research on that, I think. It's interesting. And Ziggy went right back to crying. He's a sweet boy. But he wants so badly. And plastic bag. Ooh, that is a pretty green. I like that green. He's the saddest boy. He got yelled at this morning for chewing on ribbons because he's a monster. Sugar. Can I write? There we go. That's the thing about the kakamori, is because these don't spiral, I think. If you have it lined up exactly wrong, then the channels can't deposit ink on the page. And it's like a dip pen hard start. It's very strange. But let's let this dry and see what it looks like afterwards, shall we? This is a beautifully shading green ink. I love how complicated it gets. It looks cooler in the mass tone than it does in the lighter areas. I've also noticed that when I swatch these, there is a whole lot less shimmer in the swatch. So I think that these massive shimmer deposits are really a product of the way that I am putting these on the page. I do not think that this is representative of comparatively how much shimmer is in these inks. So this is a green that I would probably like more as a standard, but I'm not mad about the shimmer. I also like this. I love this green. I love how it shades. I gravitate towards greens like this, so I have a number to compare to. Starting off with Noodler's Zhivago. I don't use this very much because I have a sort of complicated relationship with Noodler's inks. They never quite behave how I want them to. But I love this green. It is just a little bit more cool, I think, than most of this blob. But in kind of the mid-tone areas, it gets a little bit closer. And maybe that's just because of the silver shimmer that's in there kind of cooling that down. The next comparison is Troublemaker Hanging Rice. I will say that none of these that I'm about to show have shimmer. And Hanging Rice here looks quite a bit darker than Sugar Snap, and I think it's a little bit more yellow. But I feel like in the writing it is really very close. The next ink is Iroshizuku Chikurin. This one is more pale overall than Sugar Snap, but is really similar to the lighter areas. And the last one that I have is Robert Osterforst Green, which I love deeply and need to use more often. My swatch here doesn't really show the shading very well, but it does shade beautifully. This is more of a middle-of-the-road green, I feel like, than Sugar Snap, though. So, the only Inkvent ink that I really can compare it to is olive swirl. But as you can see, olive swirl is much, much more yellow than sugar snap. But they both have shimmer. So they've got that going for them. But yeah, this makes me crave sugar snaps, if I'm honest. So yeah, I hope everyone has a wonderful Christmas Eve and can just feel the joy of the season. I hope Ziggy can also feel the joy of the season instead of whatever misery he's putting himself through. He really wants behind the door that's closed. He doesn't care what's behind it. He just wants. There he goes. All right. Have a good Sunday. Bye. What are you looking for? What do you want? Excuse you. You little punk. Hi. Hi. Are you can tell me about it? No? Maybe? Thinking about it? Oh. Do you want treats? Rory. Oh. Will you stop that? Are you pretending that you are innocent of the crimes that you have committed? I don't think you are. You can't fool me. Uh-huh. Oh, no. Are you stuck on my jeans? Mm-hmm. Oh. Oh. Ziggy is the saddest boy.